3,
What
2,
we have in
1,
lots of
let's
fun.
jam.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the SaveState, a channel about all the things you love in nerd culture. My name is Landon Barton. I've got Johnny Klein and Ryan Royal here. Now, we all love to watch anime.
Yes, we do.
In terms for the TV shows anime, as well as like live action, or not live action movies, but feature film.
Live action anime.
Live action anime.
That's my favorite kind of
feature
anime.
film anime as well. So the question I want to pose to you guys and talk it out for you viewers is what would be certain anime, and what are the criteria behind you selecting this anime to introduce to a person who maybe doesn't want to watch anime or has never seen it before, to get them into it?
That's a good question.
Where would you, John? Let's start with you. Where's your mind go?
So I think there's two distinctive hurdles that stop people from getting into anime in the first place, and one of them is that if you get into Naruto or Dragon Ball Z, you have years of content to watch.
Yeah.
You know, and that can be really daunting. And the second issue that I think newcomers have is I don't like reading. I'm here to watch a movie, not to read. I'm like, okay, well, so
subtitles were definitely
subtitles kind of get in the way
versus
too.
dub.
So I think there's something perfect that tackles both those issues, and that is Miyazaki movies.
I knew you were going to Miyazaki.
Anything Miyazaki movies, okay? Because
What a twist.
It's a feature-length film. Yeah, it's dubbed, but it is the best dubbing in anime. We're talking
true.
like Howl's Moving
Professional
Castle
actors.
has Billy Crystal
Batman.
and Christian Bale and Minnie Driver.
Which one?
Batman.
Batman.
Howl's Moving Castle.
Okay, cool.
Oh, the voice
I've not
acting
seen Howl's,
in
so yeah.
Miyazaki movies are fantastic. So if somebody's is kind of like against reading subtitles, and we all know that like Naruto's English is
that one's bad.
So bad.
That one's
like a lot of
awful.
dubs can be really bad and can really turn somebody off. That's why Miyazaki movies I
I know
think
plenty
are
of
really
people like
important.
the dubs for Naruto, but I cannot stand the main kid's voice.
I'm right there with you.
Neither can
It's
I.
So do you watch Miyazaki films as well?
I actually, that's where my nerd card gets in jeopardy, because I've not seen enough of that. I've been watching and reading about it more, and I want to desperately, because they look incredible.
Question for you then, because I've got my answer. Out of Miyazaki's films, what would you start with?
Okay, so I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
So Princess Mononoke is a little extreme. Spirited Away is a little strange.
Super strange.
My Neighbor Totoro is getting there.
It's adorable. Though.
I think it's gonna have to be Howl's Moving Castle.
Is that where you go?
Turnip Head and
I go actually his most recent one. I go The Wind Rises because A, the music phenomenal. All of his music are the soundtracks for his movies are freaking incredible.
Yeah.
But that is the one that actually a lot of the Miyazaki films, you kind of pointed it out, they're a little weird. You know, they have some of that strange like mysticism and magic and strange worlds and stuff that for some people that aren't into anime, like they can look at that and be like, I don't culturally understand this and this is weird for me. But if you look at The Wind Rises, that's very much grounded. It kind of tells a more of a realistic story. So that's something I would say, go watch this. It has all of the beauty of a Miyazaki film because it is a Miyazaki film. And then if you like that, let me introduce you to Spirited Away, or let me introduce you
I would
to
disagree with
something
that,
else.
but we'll talk about that later.
I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm
So
running.
what about you?
Spirited.
Where do you go?
For me, I think I agree with you on, especially in the episodic thing. So I say there are a lot of anime that stay within that 26 episode and a movie. That's what they write the arc, and then it's done. To talking about the whole kind of spiritual and the magical and kind of weird type of stuff that Miyazaki kind of there's a lot of that in anime. That's just simply because it comes from Japanese culture. That's very much woven into their narratives. But I would definitely start somebody on Cowboy Bebop. If that was going to be their first anime, especially if they'd never really had anything to do with it in the first place, it's a very well-written sci-fi near-Earth future.
God, that soundtrack.
Oh man, Yoko Kanno is one of the best composers, and what she does with her band, the Seatbelts, for that soundtrack, she composes a genre for that time period, and it's incredible the way that it ties. The music tells the story as much as the characters tell the story as well.
I had that soundtrack in when I had a truck I had it in my truck, and I went to Missouri where my dad lives, and I was listening to this, and he was like, "What is this?" And he fell in love with it. He doesn't care about anime, never wants to watch it or anything like that. But so he went out and bought that soundtrack just because he loved it so much, and he's seen a few episodes now. So it's like that's really awesome. That's how powerful that soundtrack is.
With Cowboy Bebop, you got 26 episodes and the movie in the middle that fits in between.
Fantastic.
Oh man, Knocking on Heaven's Door. Every single episode of Cowboy Bebop is a song title, which is really cool. But the main characters, Spike, Jet, their narrative. There's a little bit of mystery backstory to the character, and you learn that as you go through. You don't have to have a whole lot of pre-knowledge going in. You can start with episode 1 and watch all the way straight through to episode 26, and it's like reading a really good book.
Yeah. I think Cowboy Bebop is a really solid one. Especially, you have to know the person who would be getting into it. You have to make sure that they like a little bit of science fiction.
And you're right, the theme is very Western, so it's kind of
it's like Star Wars. If you like Star Wars, you
would really enjoy
Cowboy Bebop. My mind, I was concerned you're going to bring up Miyazaki because that's where my mind went. And I was like,
obviously,
The Wind Rises. It's Miyazaki. My other selection. So actually, to step back, the criteria, I fully agree. To get somebody into anime that's not into anime, you gotta go dubs, not subtitles, because they're not gonna want to take the time to read that. I think it needs to be in HD. I don't think that you can necessarily, even if some of the older anime are the best anime out there,
especially if it's a Miyazaki movie,
you have to present them something that's more current, something that's HD, so that they can enjoy it and watch it on their fancy TVs with good sound.
Right.
So I think those are some of the criteria, and I think you need to step away a little bit of some of that Japanese culture that they might not understand. So all of those things, that's why I think The Wind Rises, in my opinion, is one of the better selections for that. If I was going to go episodic into the TV series, I also agree it needs to have a clear finale. It needs to know where it's going. So with that in mind, I say Full Metal Alchemist. Because Full Metal Alchemist...
Brotherhood or the original
Brotherhood,
series?
because it's in HD. The original series is not in HD. So I would say Brotherhood because, A, it tackles adult situations. It's very much of an adult anime, so that it's like, well, some people might look at anime as, oh, it's cartoons for kids. Present Full Metal Alchemist. It's very, very adult. It's gorgeous. It's in HD. It's got great voice acting, solid story, has a clear ending, it knows where it's going. I would say Full Metal Alchemist or The Wind Rises. Now, because we're kind of running a little long here, you said you had a problem with The Wind Rises. What's up?
Yeah, because I think that we're talking about animes that want to get somebody into animes in the first place. And The Wind Rises, I thought it was gorgeous. I thought it was a great anime.
It's very emotional.
I don't see anybody watching that the first time and being like, I want more of that.
Oh, I absolutely do, though.
So my wife and I watched this probably 3-4 months ago, and I thought it was really good. She didn't really think it was that great.
Oh, see, my fiance...
And she's just getting into anime.
My fiance's in the exact same boat, and she absolutely loved The Wind Rises.
Really?
So I think, it probably is just a testament to... It's going to be unique to everybody.
Exactly.
There's no right answer.
Like, I brought my wife into trying to watch anime with Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
And hated it.
Yeah.
Hated it. We started with Brotherhood.
It's a crapshoot. You're not going to learn anything from this video, apparently.
Well, but still, we've given you some places to start to think of, like discover, like the person that you want to, like, say if it's a significant other, something like our best friend, you want to get involved in the anime, find out what they like and do a little research. And whether it's a long form movie or an episodic TV show, find out what they like. There's going to be something for everybody. They may really like Sword Art Online. Yeah. I feel like that's a really as a second choice, that might be a really good place to start.
If I was trying to get somebody my age with my interests into anime, I'm like, why are you not into anime? I would go Akira all the way.
Yeah.
Akira is the most important anime of our time, I believe.
See, I think with some of that stuff, you need that build up to it for some people. But again, it all depends. I think really that the number one thing you can probably learn from this, maybe less on our picks, and it's going to be determined based on who you're trying to introduce them to. But maybe you can look at our criteria on what some of the hurdles somebody looking to get into anime are going to have to jump over. So let us know in the comments below, if you're into anime, what would you recommend to somebody that's not into anime? And if you're actually not into anime, what here sounded the best to you, and why are you not into it yet? So let us all know. Let us know all of that in the comments below. As always, you can find out more from us. We're on Facebook. We're also on Twitter. Keep coming back here for all your anime information, and we'll see you guys next time.